Okay, good morning, everybody. Happy Labor Day. I know it's a holiday today, so congratulations for jumping on or listening to the recording. That is awesome. Yes, Michelle Flint, we're so happy you're here. A lot of people who work during the week. This is kind of a nice bonus to be able to hop on and hang out with us. Good morning, Jamie. Okay,
Morning.
so today I literally couldn't wait. I was like, I just want to hop on and share something, share a couple of things. So today may be a little more actual strategy than mindset than I normally come on and share. But the first thing is who's pumped about this cruise? Like, I mean, can you guys even handle it? Like, it is going to be the best time. And so what I see happen is that we get excited for things. Good morning, Miss Dina. We get excited for things and then we kind of start to procrastinate. Oh, I've got lots of time. Oh, it's no big deal. It's nothing. So what I love that Plexus did is they gave us double credits for September. So that is going to amp that fire up. So the one thing I want to talk about today is consistent energy. It's showing up every day excited and not feeling like when the defeat comes in or the rejection comes in. Here's what I want to tell you. You're never going to outrun it. There is no fast cut, shortcut, whatever to success. It is doing the things. If this was easy, right? If we knew that, oh my gosh, I'm only going to get one no, everybody would be Diamond. Everybody would be Taylor Swift. Everybody would be, Travis Kelce. Okay. Everybody would be what we consider successful if we knew that we really didn't have to handle the rejection. So the people who are the most successful in Plexus, really in life, are what I would like to call the Rockies of the world. Okay. They are the people that keep getting back up, that keep finding another reason to keep going. They're the people that keep showing up and they don't stay in victim mentality. They don't stay in a negative place. They pull themselves out quicker than other people do. Raquel, okay, I'm loving this group this morning. It's like all these different faces I never get to see on Monday mornings. So what I want you to think about that is it's not that you're getting hit. It's, can I get back up? Can I get back up and message another person? Can I get back out there and give great customer care? So that is the key to success here. Can I keep going? Will I keep going? So with that in mind, with that mindset shift of I want the cruise, you have a clear goal. Clarity is the best thing to actually move your needle forward. Because what happens is we kind of are like, well, we'll just see what happens and maybe I'll hit gold, maybe I won't, no big deal. But when you have a clear goal of this is a big deal to me, this is important to me, and I really want this, you're going to be willing to do more than you normally would to get there. So I want to talk about the Leaders Retreat cruise, obviously, but just setting a clear goal for yourself to really move the needle forward. So it is 13 people to earn the cruise, right? This month only at 150 PV. So what clarity would we need to really make that happen? And I've been going through it this morning with Nicole. Like she's getting people signed up. We're doing the things. And so what I'm noticing, okay, and as you guys sign people up and you help them, having clear answers is key. I don't want someone going out there that I have signed up that is going to be a diamond underneath me and her to feel like I don't know what to say next because I'm not really sure. It's not very clear. Okay. That is where what I would call holes in your roof, in your business, right? Holes in your business. If you don't know what to say, they don't know what to say. If you don't know what to say, they don't know what to say. So what packs are 150 PV and how much are they? Right? So I have a little blurb written up. The Triplex and Reset is a great one. It's 150 PV. It's $199 with the $10 coupon off. Give 10 or give CA. So that's a great one. The Triplex plus the double bag of active is a great one that hits you in the 150 PV zone. Okay. Come up with 2 to 3 combos and make your share cards. Make it simple. And when someone signs up, you tell them to do the same thing. Make it simple. Clarity is your best friend. Clarity is your best friend. And so I want to talk a little bit about what to do when somebody signs up with you, because I don't know about you guys, but even now, still, I can feel kind of like, oh, like I'm not sure. But there are things that duplicate really, really, really well. And so I want to share those things. Number one is ask them for a shout out post. Ask them to post on social media. And can I tell you something? Do not prejudge. Do not prejudge people. You never know what somebody needs. Plexus changed my life. And if my sponsor would have listened to the words I spoke when I was like, no thanks, no way, no how, I'm never doing this business, all of the things, I would have been on Social Security with 4 little kids in a totally different circumstance. Okay. So do not prejudge people. Don't tell yourself they're not interested or they're not the kind that would do this. I was not the type that would do this. Okay. You could look at somebody like Rachel and be like, she has a super successful business. She lives in a nice big house. She doesn't need to do this. Right. Don't tell yourself that. I could look at Michael and be like, he doesn't need Plexus. He's a Marine. Like he does things and knows things like at high levels, right? Don't prejudge people. Okay. Do not prejudge people. So letting them, yes. Okay. So I love that. Nicole said triplex combo with a double pack of active is 153 PV and a low price point with an amazing bang for your buck with some of the best products. I love it, Nicole. So good. So getting clarity, right? Know your role, as Stone Cold Steve Austin would say. Is that right? Okay. Is that, I can't even believe I just said that. Or is it The Rock?
The Rock.
Rock. Can you smell what The Rock is cooking? I'm totally bringing back my high school days here. My husband would be so proud. I'm going to tell him immediately after this that I totally just quoted WWE. Leave it to me, right? Okay, so getting clarity on where you're going. This is the other thing. Do not sleep on your excitement. Don't be quiet. There is a tendency for us to be like, I'll post on social media and then I won't talk to anybody, right? You want to be messaging people and chatting with them. Okay, Alita, what do I message? That's a great question, right? If you're new, that's a great question. If you've been here a minute, that's a great question, because I know for me, sometimes I sit here and I'm like, what should I say? I'm not a fan of scripts. I'm just not a fan of them. When you're first starting, yes, but I still, like Nicole will tell you, we sat there, we messaged people last night together. I talk people through it because every person is different and we're authentic and we're not trying to just, you know, get as many people as we can. It's literally, how can we help people? The only time I like copy and paste is when it's for a challenge that has specific details. Okay. Like, please, come join us doing this challenge. So that is a great message. Why? The challenge messages that we're doing one on September 9th. It's 7 days long. It's triplex reset or triplex and double bag of active. And the reason I love that is because it allows people to message and not feel an attachment to the no. Because we feel in our head, we're like, okay, like this is just not their time to do the challenge. It's no big deal. There's something different psychologically when we're inviting to a challenge that makes us feel better. Lisa, I don't know if you're available to talk. You're probably with your family, but if you are, I would love for you to talk for a second about the challenges and how, like, literally you have signed up 15 people in a weekend after 9 years in Plexus.
Yeah, I too, there's something about messaging to a challenge or messaging for a challenge because I feel like I'm inviting them to somewhere. You know what I mean? It's like I'm inviting them to join me on something that I know is going to be beneficial for them. If they say no, then no big deal. If I get a lot of not yet, but please let me know about the next one. There is something about when the mindset that you have when you're messaging about challenges. This last year when I did that challenge when Dina had joined, I literally had the nicest nose. You know what I mean? And I've had people come and join challenges later, that was like, thank you so much for thinking about me. And I will encourage you guys, if people say no to these challenges or anytime, I even thank them just for responding. It's like, thank you so much for responding. Um, but it is fun because
That's
you're
so
literally
cool.
just saying, would you like to join in? And if they say no, great. And if they say yes, then there you go.
I love that. So having clarity and knowing, and I love that she said that she thanks them for getting the no response. And so, okay, so now they sign up, we're messaging, we're doing challenge messages, and then I'm also messaging people about the cruise. Hey, I know you're loving your products. If you have anybody who's been on Plexus for a minute, I know you're loving your products. There's a cruise opportunity for you. I'll put all of these little messages I'm sending in the chat so you guys can kind of see. Once somebody signs up, they need to go on a three-way chat with your sponsor. This is the quickest way I've seen it move is actually a phone call, a three-way phone call, but or in person, but a three-way chat will do the trick. Excuse me. And so you want to put them in there so that they can help you get that third party validation, that they can help you move it along. And when that chat falls like silent, which that will happen sometimes, you can either go back in and do some follow-up, but the best thing you can do is just ask for a call and just do a product check. Okay, so for example, I just went through my level ones yesterday that I'd signed up and I was like, how are your products going? Literally, the lady responds and is like, I'm really loving the drinks. I'm having a hard time taking the pill. Remember to take the pills, but I want to be a rep. I'm like, what? Okay. So she wants to share the products. Now, people are probably like, well, of course that would happen for you, right? Listen, I've been doing this a long ass time. And here's the truth of it is that you're going to have wins along the way, but I have way more no's, way more rejections, way more uncomfortable conversations than I did when I first started, right? I had way more as a diamond than I did as a silver. I had way more diamond than I did at senior gold. I have way more, right? So it's like really asking yourself, am I getting out of my comfort zone? Here is a great question to ask yourself. If you knew that Emily Roberts or Alita or Megan or so and so was moving next door to you, Emily Roberts, would you work your business differently? If you know they're coming in, you know they're coming in hot, would you work your business differently? Another great question to ask yourself and to check with yourself is, it's actually a statement, is the business that you desire, this is good. Okay. It's on my whiteboard right now. The business you desire is on the other side of conversations that you are not having. Who are you not having conversations with that you need to be? So what I love to think about in Plexus is when someone's like, it's just not really working. It's not really working. Two things I'm going to ask them to see. One, who are you messaging? And let me see your messages. Okay. Two is who are you having conversations with? There is a next level of let's do this that a cruise brings out in people, right? All of a sudden you're like, I will sign your freaking dog up, okay, for this cruise. Like everybody, okay, Huckabee, you liked that one. I love it. Like literally, I remember Lisa and I were like, we're going to Walmart and we're going to flyer people in the parking lot for our first leaders retreat because we were like, literally, like, we're doing this. We don't care. That attracts people. We were willing to have conversations that we weren't willing to before. So let this drive you. This is what success is. You lean into the uncomfortable, you lean into that hard conversation, that scary event. You're like, what if nobody comes? Who cares? Do it anyway. I've done tons of events where nobody showed up. Just do it anyway. Because what if one person does show up? What if it's your diamond, right? Ask anyway. Do the hard thing anyway, and let this cruise drive you to the next level. What I see happen is people are like, I just can't get anybody to build a business. Well, are you fun? Are you creating inspiration? Are you creating a culture that people want to be part of? Are you creating something of gratitude to the team you have? Are you creating a fun, exciting place that says, let's go, let's earn this cruise together? Right? That is a great message. Yo, dude, I'm thinking I'm earning this cruise and I would love to travel with you. I want you to earn this cruise too. But here's the thing, we post on social media and then we never talk about it again, right? And then we're like, why isn't anything happening? You're not having the conversations. You're not having the conversations. So how many conversations are you willing to have? And this is in business in general. Your willing to do list needs to be much longer than you're not willing to do. And if you're anything like me, a lot of times I just don't know what to do. Okay. Like sometimes I'm just like, I want to do it. Just what do I got to do? I don't think of it. Okay. So I want you to start thinking differently. That's what I've always heard. And it used to just drive me crazy. Oh my gosh. I get so, just pissed off, honestly. I'd be like, okay, I got to think differently. Like, what does that even mean? But truly, when you start thinking differently, you start getting creative. I'm going to have an event. I'm going to do this. I'm going to message this person about this. Lisa and I on a work Zoom just get on there and we're like, okay, we need a challenge to invite people to. We just created it on the spot. There's not a ton of details. There's not a ton of stuff. It's just we're going for it because we knew we needed a challenge and we wanted to get people together. Don't let perfection or feeling like it has to be perfect. And I'm telling you, even if you're an easygoing person, watch out for this because that will stop you from just doing, you're like, I need the details, all the details for the challenge before I can invite. Wrong. Okay. Just get out there and start going. You will grow your wings on the way down. So one of the things I've noticed is when people are messaging for the cruise, it's like they'll stop themselves from messaging and telling people because they don't know what to say if somebody says, I want more information, right? What next? What do I say next? So here's a great response to that. I have a great question. What do you think is next? Sometimes we overcomplicate, not sometimes, all the time, we overcomplicate it. We make it like, well, I don't know what to say. You do know what to say. You just haven't practiced it enough. And no amount of script is going to help you. You just have to get on there and do it. Okay. So if Huckabee swipes right on my story and I'm like, hey, who wants to earn a cruise? Or I message her because that's where I get most of my people. I'm messaging, I'm working. I message her and I say, hey, $2,200 in a cruise. Let's go. Do you want in? And she says, yes. Okay. If you're anything like me, panic, insert panic right now. Even as a diamond, I just want you guys to hear this so loud and clear. Even as a diamond, I know the details, but it creates panic because what I don't know is, am I going to be able to explain it clearly? Because it's kind of complicated, right? Can you see that I'm on a call, sir? So what I want you guys to think about is, how can I explain this clearly to somebody? Okay. And so I'll just give you an example right now of what I would say is I would say something like, oh my gosh, okay, get on the phone with me. Why do I want to get on the phone? Because I know through conversation, I'll remember what to say. I'll feel more confident and I'll be able to share the details of what needs to happen. Hello, ma'am. Sorry, my kids just rolled in here all of a sudden. I'll be able to explain what happens based on the conversation that we're having. So instead of feeling like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to say, or I've got to type out a message, I like to just get on the phone. I think it's so critically important. So you get on the phone and you're like, how do I earn a cruise? Okay. So if Rachel's like, Alita, okay, I'm in, Alita. What do I got to do? I want someone to unmute and tell me what you would say to that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, really? Is that what you say? Okay. All right. Somebody tell me, what would you say if they're like, how do I do this?
I'd say let's start planning some events.
Love it.
Let's talk to people.
Okay. I love it. Who else?
I would
What you
tell them
got?
to
Make
make a list, make a
Also,
list of people, starting with 20 and then going on to 100. And, let's start messaging them. Let's create events to invite them to, and get them. Sorry, my dog barked.
I love it. Make a list. Do events. What else?
We're gonna grab 6 people and help 4 of those people bring 4 friends.
Yes. Bingo. Yes. All of these. None of these are wrong. None of these are not great. None of these are not absolute epitome of the right answer. They're all right, right? You start a list, you want an event, you make a post, you get your 6 people, you do the things to build your business, right? But how many times do we think to ourselves, oh my gosh, I can't do this because I don't know what to say. And we get in our heads. But the truth is, you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. You know the basics of what to do, right? Dolly Lynn, you know the basics. So it's like trusting yourself that with enough practice, you are going to get to that place where you, thank you. She was giving us good advice.
Like that newsreel, sorry.
Yes. Where she's dragging the baby through the door. Thank you, honey. So it's really focusing, trusting the process, trusting yourself that you know what to say, right? So messaging people and thinking about, am I having the conversations with people that really are going to move my needle forward? Not overthinking it, just doing it and setting up yourself a system. Now, you will never, very rarely hear me talk about systems because I'm not a fan, but I need to become a fan. That is one of the things I'm growing and learning in, is that if you have trouble staying accountable to doing the things, join an accountability group, create an accountability group, set yourself some work time and create lists of people that you need to be messaging or following up with. Have some kind of system that works for you. I love the quote, we don't rise to our goals, we fall to the levels of our systems. And the reason that is so true, and I've seen that in business in my own life, is that when life gets busy, when life gets hard, if you don't have an appointment or a meeting, your days just they go by and you're like, well, there went that, right? So if you don't create a system that holds you accountable to sending the scary messages and doing the things that really move the needle forward, posting is great. Posting is helpful, but it is not everything, right? You need to get on the phone and have conversations with people. And I want to shout out Nicole because, man, has she been doing that. Like, she's just been like talking to people on the phone and being really brave with that, because that is really scary. It is scary to get on the phone, unless you're Lisa, because she rocks phone calls, and Rachel be like talking to the lady's grandma by the end of it. But I'm just saying, make sure, even if you're nervous, even if you're introverted, to have those phone conversations. It will speed it along. So what have you not been willing to do? What is one thing that you're like, wow, I really haven't done that? And set that time aside once a week where you're just like, I'm calling people, or I'm messaging people, or I'm doing this. Like, set some time aside to do those things, and then trust the process. Trust the process, because here's the reality. Every single one of you can absolutely get 13 people. Could you imagine opening a brick and mortar restaurant and they're like, you need 13 people this month to earn enough money and to go on a cruise? You'd be like, no problem. 13 people in a month would almost shut your business down, right? Like, you need more than 13 people a month. This is so doable. The business you desire is on the other side of the conversations you are not having. The business you desire is on the other side of the conversations that you aren't having. I'm going to say that one more time, and I'm going to say it to me. Okay. The business that I desire is on the other side of the conversations that I'm not having. You are not in this alone. I am here, right here with you, doing the hard things too, getting scared. I've just gotten up so many more times from rejection, right? From feeling like, oh my gosh, what if she hates me forever? And then the reality clicks in. Nobody is going to be mad at you for asking them if they would like to join on a cruise challenge or on a health challenge. Nobody is going to get mad at you. Okay. If they get mad at you, that's them. That's a them problem for sure. Right. So just remember, a no is not a personal attack. Stop hiding behind your keyboard and get out there and talk to people. Get them on the phone. Connection is retention. Get on the phone. Thank someone for their order. Like if you guys need ideas, I'm just going to spit some out. Go through your level ones and call them and say, hey, oh my gosh, thank you for your order last month. I so appreciate that. How are your products going? I'm telling you, you will be shocked at what business you can drum up by getting on the phone and talking to people. Letting them know you appreciate them, letting them know, sending messages every day. I send a message every day to somebody about something that I'm just grateful for them in the community, whatever, in Plexus. Doesn't even have to be Plexus related. Get used to sending messages and thinking of things, okay? Anybody who ranked up silver on your team, they need a phone call, right? Anybody who ranked up gold, they need a phone call. Oh my gosh, we're so excited for you. Oh my gosh, I want to do a product check with you. Okay. Dina got on a call with me and Lisa, not once, but twice. She told us the first time, she's like, I don't know if this is going to be for me, but I'll think about it. The next conversation was like, well, I'm going to think about it, but if I do it, I'm going all in. Right? Dina would not have done the business had Lisa not pitched a vision of, hey, we believe that you can do this. But it started with a challenge to join an inflammation challenge, right? The products. So don't just do all of the things. Get out there and work like you want it. Work like you want it. And then keep that energy. Keep it going. Freaking earn that $2,000 shopping spree. It's the best time. Let's go. Okay. Love y'all. You're killing it. Let's do this.